Forex class from BK Forex. Welcome to our Forex daily technicals for 626. Euro dollar at support or at breakdown. As always, trading foreign exchange on margin carries a high level of risk, which is meant to be suitable for all investors. You should read this disclaimer very carefully and understand all risks associated with trading Forex on margin, and seek advice from an independent financial advisor if you have any questions. All right, let's take a look at the euro because it's definitely coming into some very key levels here, and price action today was kind of interesting. If for nothing else than just we simply really held the 30.50 one more time. Now, looking at the 1 hour, you can see that we're sort of basing really around the 30.50 for the last several days. And this is a critical thing here. With the 30.50, 31.50 is the big range on the near term. Break of one or break of the other is probably going to determine directionality for the near next couple of hundred points. Let's take a look at where we stand here. You see the 4 hour, we're really bunching up. 3050 is 3100, 3050 corridor, really strong support here, still holding, but kind of barely. Really not much here to consolidate. The 3150 rally completely failed today, and we really need to see 3150 retaken and held if we're going to relieve some of this downside pressure. For the time being, if you look at the 4 hours, it's really just a one-way ticket to the downside. Not much support. On the longer-term charts, though, you do see support here. As we definitely continue to stall this 30.50, we're basically holding in this zone. So on a near term, we could drop towards 29.50, but really this is where the rubber meets the road. This 29.50, if we hold this here, we'll still make a higher low and still preserve the overall larger uptrend in the euro that's been forming over the last 3 or 4 months. In the near term, though, if 30.50 is given, that's really going to be the target. 29.50 as the next target of the shorts. To the upside, if we can take out 31.50, that will provide the relief that the longs need, and then we can kind of slowly begin to recapture towards the 32.50 to the upside. Dollar yen looks a little bit healthier and a little bit better. Let me just pull this up. Where's my dollar yen here? So dollar yen dailies looks pretty good. Pretty decent wick to the downside. We tested 97, came back up, held 98s. U.S. data has been very strong. Looks really good. And now the key thing is, can we consolidate above 98s? Can we make a reasonable run towards 99s? 99 still looks to be the very serious cap here in the trade in order for this thing to recover. But as you're looking at this on a longer term formation, it's actually looking a little bit more bullish than it has over the last week or so, because what you're basically seeing here is a recovery towards above 95s, obviously towards 98s, held above here, and then we could conceivably, if we could take out 99s, really create a pretty decent longer term uptrend which remains in place. If you look at the uptrend here, lower high, higher low, more or less higher low, still I guess higher low, just marginally higher low, and a break back above for a possible retest of 103s. This really pretty much, I think, on a longer term basis, would be a function of a very strong U.S. economy pretty much firing on all cylinders. At this point, I still think the question on that is out. So that's why we are on the near term very much indecisive. But as we're looking here in the near term, this is it. 98.25 break here really gives us a power, take us to 98.50, and from there, it's really the big run towards 9900 that matters. So dollar yen definitely looking a little bit more constructive at this point. If we break down, however, I got to say this: if we break down through 9700s, if we just kind of take this to the downside, that would be actually very bearish, because what that would mean is just a distribution top. It would almost be looks like a head and shoulders on a 1 hour that would distribute and then fall to the downside. We come back and revisit 95s. So 97 to the downside, key level of break. 98.25 key level to the upside as a possible breakout zone. Pound kind of just marking time, really not doing anything. It held the 53-54 corridor, but the 55 really caps the upside for the time being. It doesn't look like there's just much momentum in the pound either way. Very listless trade for the last couple of days. We'll have to see how if there's any more interest either to the buy side or to the downside in cable. But for cable to really resume its uptrend, we've got to take out the 55s and hold it, because you see this 55 distribution. This was the falling point from which we came all the way down to 53s. If we can recover that and held it, then we do have a potential to take out the 50, or run back towards the 57s as we go forward. And the one currency that is looking a little healthier, only in the sense that it just did not collapse again, as it has over the last several days, has been the Aussie. Aussie, actually, this is a really interesting look. So if you look at the 1 hour charts and you're sort of micro trading on a short-term time scale, what you see here is a formation of a higher low, which basically tells you that Aussie may be finally ready for a more positive run over the next couple of days. This low here, basically effectively 9,200, is the key hold. If we can hold above 9,200, which I guess is probably going to be a pretty decent area of risk for anybody who wants to get long. So sort of 91.90 would be the risk point for this particular trade. Then you can just float out and hope that we get a turn back through 93s. If you get a turn back through 93s, it really opens up all the way out towards a recovery towards 94.50, almost 95 as the collapse that we saw several days ago gets rebuilt. So at this point, as long as 91.90 holds, we effectively have a higher low, a more positive structure, and a possible recovery if we can take out 93s that opens a run towards 94, 94.50. That's how the trade shapes up for today. Wishing you guys the best of luck and the best of trading. This is Boris Schlossberg for BK Forex. Over and out.